Once again, guys, thanks for following us in our social media, and I appreciate that. We have some new followers, and I hope we can pull out this idea together. And I just gonna stop here very, very quick. That as you guys have seen on your social media or TV broadcast, that in Washington there is a convention. It's going on this weekend, the 27th, which is the end of a Republican convention. But I just want to quick ask you guys that sometimes we watch videos that we just don't pay attention to what the people are saying, especially to those public figure like presidents, artists, singers, or anyone who has millions of followers. And at the end of convention, Donald J. Trump, he accepted the nomination, and he has a big speech, just like I think lasted for 1 hour. But in one of these, I think when he start his speech, and he asked a question. He asked a question to the people they were gathering in front of the White House. So he asked this, and I think it's a racist term because he was asking, he says like, oh, what's the name of this building? And then second later he says, I prefer to say that we are here and they are not. So what does that mean? You know that the White House is the name of the building, White House. So he was trying like this White House, like we are here, but they are not here. So I think it's I take this as a racism, and then they denounced those agitators on TV, national TV. But in 27, at the end of the Republican convention, so many legislators, senators, Republicans, they flew to DC. And then at the end of the convention, so many people that they stayed in the around White House hotels. One of them, the prominent right-wing senator, which Ron Paul, I think the son, because there's a father that he was trying to become president, but he couldn't make it. So his son walks out on the street, and then he got pushed, he got shouted, he got yelled and his face. And then next day at the Fox News TV station, which is the right-wing propaganda, he was saying that all the people who shouting, yelling at his face should be arrested, because he was saying that they were get paid to go in Washington and to, and like as calling them agitators. But I think it is strategically that he was working out. Why? Because we want to make these protesters look bad, and he wants to gain voters, he wants to gain power around these elections, so make them look bad. But why would you go out and causing problems with this protester, and at this moment they really become frustrating about what's going on with the police? So I think there is a playbook here that the Republican they are using, that they are saying, or those leaders around the Republican parties, that they have followers in different institutions, police, different branch of government, just like Mike Pompeo, he's lining up with Donald Trump ideas, the white supremacy. And then there is one other thing that is important that I've been reading on social media, which is the police chief of Kenosha, that he was saying that some life is not worth it to save. What does that mean? Some life is not worth it to save. So the 7 bullets against the black guy. So it's not worth it. So not worth it to save. But the teenager who killed 2 innocent people at the protester, so that his life is worth it to save. So here is the thing. I just talked to you about it at the beginning of this video, that words matters, actions matters. Or if you are have millions of followers in social media, it has an influences whatever you say, whatever you do in the life of those followers. So I think that it's important as a citizen of this country and having understanding the meaning of these elections and the meaning of the history of the United States. So I think it is time to change the name of the White House. I think should be renamed as the People's House in the United States, in DC, in the capital of DC, or a capital of DC, or People's House, or Citizens House, but should not be any more called the White House, because as you guys know, that house, it was built by slaveries, and they name it for one cause: to stand in the history as a White House. So pay attention to what your representatives, or what your governor, or what your presidents are saying on national TVs. Sometimes is an indirect truth that hurts a lot of people. But as a new generation, I think we must start calling, or we must start renaming buildings, cities, and important places that has ties with our past history, in a racist past history. So thank you guys, and share the video, and I hope you do your best to not to not say things that you shouldn't say on your social media. Thank you guys. But as a human, sometimes we commit some things that we regret it again. But I was saying this, that the White House, we should rename it as the People's House and not the White House, because the president, he was asking a question to his followers at the convention speech, that what was the name of this building, and he knows what's the name of that building. Thank you guys, and share this video, and follow us on our social media.